Last time, you guys were just coming back from the Crucible after the entire riot incident. You could see that, well, the situation around the Adari is a bit tense, so to speak. You can see people watching the broadcast on some billboards and the like as you're heading to your respective areas. Some of them are actually watching live broadcasts, or, well, was live broadcasts of what Prava did before. Straight from his perspective, you can see this dog person suddenly burst out from the snow to slam the back of his spear into one of the guy's heads. And you can hear some cheering like, "Oh my god, that was so cool!" And I do believe last time you mentioned, since we're going to go in order here, Aiden, you mentioned that you were on your way to the bar?
Yeah, I'm just gonna find the nearest water hole that has mercenaries hanging out in it, so I can check out the boards and just chill and, down a few drinks.
That would probably be the Outland, in the markets. Bartender is like, "What are you having?"
How's about something local? Make it stiff. Your choice.
Something not from Absalom. New. He says he brings one of his forearms back, grabs a bottle, pours it out. It's very clear liquid that he passes over to you in a smallish cup. So here, try that.
Thanks. I'm gonna take a big swig from it. What is this stuff anyway?
It hits strong, but it has a very strong sense of fruit to it.
Not bad. Give me another one. Make it a double.
Yeah, we call it wacky. Here. And he puts a small bottle. It's like, tip out yourself into the shot glass. That's how it's drunk.
Nice. Yeah, I'm just gonna spend some time with the bottle, getting to know it,
As you're sitting down with a bottle, relaxing, some of the mercenaries chatting about, did you hear about what happened in the riots? Yeah, I heard the Jack. Shh, he's over there. And
what?
As they say that, you hear the sound of armor, and somebody walks in the front door.
I don't turn around, I just keep drinking and try to stay out of sight.
As you keep drinking, the figure sits in the stool next to you. And he says, "Aiden,
Jacko?
working anymore today?"
No, you working? By the way, as I
Nope.
say that, Aiden is trying to very cautiously with his left hand start reaching towards his pistol.
Jacko looks towards you for a moment, then looks back to the bar and goes, "Nope. Lucky day, huh?"
That's good. And Aiden stops reaching for his gun. Out of all the watering holes on the station, what brought you to this one?
Well, it's the only one that is generally friendly to outsiders. Probably more after the riots.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna reach behind the counter and grab a empty shot glass and pour him a drink and slide it towards him.
He grabs it with his clawed, armored hand and keeps there for a moment. So, looks like you're getting a bit famous now.
Can we please not call it that? It wasn't my intention.
Oh, it may be not your intention, but it was a sight to see. Even grew my fan base a bit. He looks towards the door and there's a few people there going, "What's he talking to?"
Aiden frowns when he sees his groupies. Yeah, lovely. Good for you. So tell me, do your fans know that you work for imposters?
That. Yeah, I suspect they don't. After all, your friend was nice enough not to broadcast such information.
So just like I thought, you did know. Of course you would. You'd basically run a back check on him before the mission. That's what I would do. So tell me, what did he convince you with? What the hell does somebody like that have to offer you? It doesn't strike me like somebody that can string together enough cash to hire you. He barely had enough manpower as it was.
Oh, he barely had enough to even arm his troops.
Boy, I'll
Using
say.
Crucible and his crude knowledge. It was funny to see, to be honest.
So, spill the beans. Why'd you do it?
He turns around a bit, and with his free hand, he gestures towards the bar. And as he does, you see all the mercenaries like looking at the video, Prava's perspective, and all the flipping news being reported about it, and the Doyen's response to it. He's like, that.
You know, it's funny. Everybody thinks you're a mercenary, but from where I'm standing, you're a terrorist.
Oh? I did something for money. I got it done. And at the end of the day, a message got out.
Let's be real, you don't do anything for money anymore. How much cash are you sitting on anyway? You've been at the top of the ladder for how many years now? You don't need the money. You don't care about money.
I'm barely in the top 10, you know that. But I guess I don't really need money, that's true. But I have to say, is money all you think about? You're not telling me that the situation isn't a bit exciting? What your friend did?
What my friend did is going to change the entire war economy on Akiton.
Ah, it comes to that. So, why are you worried?
What do you think's gonna happen once the mercenary units get pushed out of Akiton? Sure, for a couple of years, while things get settled, they'll have plenty of work. They'll make some very nice money. But what do you think's gonna happen after that? They're not gonna retire. They're not gonna invest. That's not how mercenaries work. And since there's not gonna be any work for them, once Akiton settles its course and all the gangs are taken care of, they're gonna turn to a life of crime. What then?
Well, I guess they could head out into the galaxy. Plenty of work, but that's not really what you're asking, is it?
No.
It's not about work, it's about what they're used to. And some of them will turn to crime, then others will get jobs to take care of them, so on and so forth. It's about how strong you are. If they can't handle change, well, then they fall by the wayside. Isn't that how it's always been?
Should it be that way?
Personally? Yeah, I think it should be. Simply for the fact that, well, if you don't change, what's the point?
What about all the kids that get left behind?
Well, that's also up to the people. Somebody who wants to take care of them. Somebody who decides that being left behind is too much, and that's every right. After all, that's what decides everything, is a strength of character. If you think you can use your power, be it military, personality, or even any taps his sword for a bit as it extends out on a robotic arm, even your prowess, it's all up to you, for good or ill.
Oh yeah? Then why don't you enlighten me? What do you use your power for?
To live.
That's an awfully vague thing to say.
Maybe, but living life to the fullest, it excites me. It makes me happy.
See?
After all, not everybody can have exactly, well, a life.
See? I was right. And Aiden downs his drink. You are a terrorist. And then he starts getting up from his seat.
He just gives a shrug and leans back on the bar. Well, you got eyes on you, even this terrorist. I look forward to seeing more of your exploits.
Uh-huh. Hopefully not on live TV this time. Also tell your buddy, that wet dog, that I left him a present on the rooftop and he can go bite me. And Aiden leaves stiffing the bill and leaving it to Jacko.
You can hear him laughing in the background, the metallic echo of his helmet still sounding out as he just laughs that. You seem to enjoy your interaction.
By the way, after this, half-drunk Aiden is going to go buy some paint, and on the rooftop that he squared off with that old sniper wolf, he's gonna paint his symbol and put a little middle finger next to it.
fair
Sore
enough.
loser.
I know, right? Aiden's showing his age.
That fucker destroyed the building and almost killed me with the anti-material rifle. Fuck him.
You
Isn't that all
destroyed
part of the
something.
game? Isn't that all part of the mercenary job? Wouldn't Aiden have like some pride about that?
My pride was wounded when he ran away from me. Fucker should have stand and taken his lumps like a man.
Right. Next up, let's see. Prava, what are you doing?
So this is our last day on the area.
The package is coming, like, basically that night, so
Yeah.
it's really up to you.
Prava's gonna assume so, since we got lots of business out in the vast. So Prava's gonna want to visit the temple again, the Adari, or not the Solarian temple.
So, you basically want to, Solarian Temple. You can see that training is going on as normal, but as you are traveling, like, on your way through the paths, people are noticing you. Like, they're coming up to you and says, can I get a picture?
The first couple times, Prava's like really excited. He's like, "Oh hell yeah, get over here! I'll even sign something for you if you want." And he's very, but like 4 or 5 people deep, he starts to worry about all the attention he's getting, and he's gonna like pop off into the markets on the way and buy himself like a shawl to disguise himself.
Right, so yeah, a shawl would only cost you like 2 credits. It's just a bit of cloth basically you're buying. But not even that expensive. You just cover yourself up and head on to the temple. You can definitely tell that your impact was probably a little more than you were expecting. As mentioned before, there are billboards playing the news with your broadcast in the background.
Prava was expecting like 100k viewers tops, so like he's like taking all this in pure shock. He had no idea he was gonna move this many people. He stops to linger at one of the billboards and just kind of like watches which part of the stream gets played, but he quickly hurries on, keeping his head down as he goes to the temple.
You can definitely see that when you got to the billboard, it was a comedy section as you hear one of the rioters go, "What's with all these fucking smoke grenades?" Ah! So sadly, there was not much footage left but smoke. But as you reach the temple, the person there, the master you met before, is still waiting. He's like, "Ah, hello. How may I help? Prava? Is that you?
Yes, that's right. It's me.
Ah, welcome."
Yes, I'm glad to see you again. I figured that I'm leaving the Adari sometime in the next day or two, so I figured I'd show my face around here and talk about what we had to talk about before, I guess.
Of course. You have come here for a few and trained with us. You showed us your latest discovery in your powers as well.
Yeah, I've figured out all sorts of new tricks, and probably like levitates a nearby rock to his hand. And he's just like, I've been discovering all sorts of new things lately.
You have learned control. It is what you wanted, yes?
It's a step in the right direction, I suppose. I'm still kind of doubtful about these powers, but they've proven to be pivotal over the last little bit. Things that I've wanted to do that I could never have done without them.
That is understandable. But I do have a suggestion, since you are leaving us so soon.
Please, I'm open to everything you have to say.
Have you heard of a Kuzon tempering?
Sorry, what did you say?
He said, sorry, am I making it too breathy? He said, have you ever heard of tempering?
Tempering? Like that event that they do out in the water?
Yes, it is a year-long event of self-discovery and refinement in their culture.
I see. Do you think a tempering would help me come to terms with...
Perhaps a sort of tempering. If I may suggest, there are many temples like this one around the system, some even outside. If you were to discover these places, they may have techniques and abilities they could teach you, and refine your powers even more.
I see. And do you know the locations of these places?
He gives a nod. I would suggest your journey begins, well, here. I will teach you a technique before you leave to practice.
Please, I'd love to know it. Is it related to the power of gravity or to the power of radiation?
That is what I wish to ask you. What path would you take?
I seek to find balance in all things. I don't want to lean too far either way. I don't want to grow my power too strong in one direction and find myself unable to pull back.
I see. Then, we shall work on your attunement. The balance between the two forces. Come, I shall teach you.
And Prava follows.
And essentially, I am going to post to you later something that he has taught you to practice on the ship, essentially.
Yes, nice. Very
So
excited.
essentially, Prava is going to be in training to gain new abilities.
Ooh, nice.
You found his firebending teacher.
Well, it sounds like he has lots of teachers across the galaxy to meet.
Avatar, you must go across the galaxy. Earth, fire, wind, and water. Mind out for Kane. He's gonna try capturing you.
Wow. Oh, that reminds me, maybe I should visit the temple one last time before we leave the Dar, since we don't know when we'll be back. You know, get in an extra training session in there while I'm half drunk. That seems like a good idea. The drunken master returns.
I'm drunk and angry, I want to fight.
Yep. And if I have to puke, I'll just aim it at the enemy.
Right then, if that's what you're doing, then Kuzon, what are you doing? I'm gonna say now that you've gotten a few rather large packages inside of your hangar.
I have a question.
Yes.
How difficult would it be to get a police cruiser with 4 seats instead of just 3?
So essentially, you're just gonna modify. I would allow 4 seats, but you would lose the prisoner thing on it, so you can't exactly lock people up in the back safely. Because in the back, I would say in the back of police cruiser, like it's all armored. There's flipping cages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What you're doing is ripping all of that out and the side thing of a police cruiser and putting seats in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have imagined that, like, if Kuzon had a moment, he just would have went into, like, Blender before he submitted the blueprint and just, like, modified it to have what he wanted in it. You know what I mean? Because, yeah,
Mhm.
we need a way to get us around. I'm not really interested in, like, using it necessarily as a prison car, but the auto
that's why
disable is really nice.
I also see you picked it because it can also fly.
It can fly.
Nice
Damn.
choice.
Nice. Very nice.
Well, Kuzon got a taste. He got a taste of the sky.
Okay, so you're using 4 points to obtain this. I can't wait to see what you do to modify it later down the line.
Yeah, you just see like, and like as he's commanding his robot servants to like unpack it. When it's finally open, he just does the thing where he just like rubs his hand down. He goes,
It's very.
and then, yes.
He just immediately takes his claw and just scratches the warranty sticker in half, just to like, just to symbolize.
I don't think this thing even has a warranty.
It is completely bare bones. There's not even paint on it. Like, it's just a shell of nano carbon fiber and stuff like that covered, just basically all black and spotty.
Yeah, so right now it's not. It's just like the raw like hull of it, right?
Yeah, basically it's all brand new machine parts and it's just sitting there. I suspect it's. How do I say this? I suspect since it's ground and flying, it has some sort of weird extendable wheels, like they fold in and out of the vehicle when you need them.
Yeah, it can be one of those fancy things in sci-fi where like it turns into wheels and then they kind of like hover below the vehicle and they start glowing and they turn into engines. It'd be pretty cool.
Kind of like with DeLorean, yeah.
Yeah, and then you'll just see Kuzon like he has to like wipe one tear off of his face, and then he'll get to work. I'll pull out some. I imagine I could have purchased some like spray paint and stuff like that. I'll sanction off an area of the keep, like put up the tarps and everything, and put on a mask and goggles, and I think Kuzon would get to work painting, like painting the hall and everything like that, and.
So, that's all people hear is like some flipping outline stickers for some cool effects on it.
Yeah, no, I want flames. I don't care. I want flames.
Do you want to see how good you're able to do it, or would you just like to give it a standard paint job?
I think if I'm using stencils, there's like a limited amount of failure. I would like to make something really fancy.
Is this like in 40k where the flame snakers go faster?
The red paint job.
The red paint job.
Yeah, and
I would say you could use. It's not really a thing. I guess it would be a profession for a thing, but for you, I would say, physical science. This is going to be sciencey. You're going to have to intricate lines.
Sciencey, eh?
Yes.
I did a science in my time. Let's
I don't think you
roll it.
understand. I did for science.
Oh, that's a good roll.
You just get to work. You pull down your goggles, put on the mask. It's like shaking two cans. Like, let's go.
I want to imagine like Kuzon is trying to. There's like a montage where like he's like checking on the engine. You know, like whistles, how good it is. He's trying to test the disabler on it, and he like accidentally discharges it into his metal arm, and it hangs limp. He's just grumbling under his breath that he's like fix his arm, and then just like that's where the end of his like little montage is where he like whips on the mask and the goggles and just gets to work making it a work of art. Mwah. Like, you know, and I just want to imagine like in the whole thing, like I probably. Just with like the robot helpers and everything like that, I probably gave them a paint job too while I was at it.
You know, with that high roll, I would allow it. Are you basically just matching the paint job? You're testing on the robots first, going, yeah, that looks fine, and then doing the car.
Just like I have 4 robots. One of them looks really shitty. The other one looks kind of bad. And then, like, one of them looks amazing, and that's when I was confident enough to paint the car.
Wow.
It's like you're slowly going back. They're like stage of sketching.
It's just one of them has like the ugliest attempt at flames. And after I get this thing put together, I'm gonna like after everything is done, like it's the paint and everything is settled on it, and I'm going to take this baby out for a test run on the cruise. And you just see, I want to imagine like it probably looks so funny because he has to. The car is probably designed for like somebody who's the average seat. So Kuzon had to like build a system where like he has to like switch it between like Kuzon piloting and anybody else's piloting. So like the seat like lifts up and the and like the pedals and everything move so that he can easily reach them.
You just basically flip a lever and it all just snaps into place.
So Kuzon's like sitting there like cruising and like bopping his head with his goggles down, like feels like a badass. But like anybody looks in the right angle, it's almost like he's sitting in a car seat. While he's sitting in the car seat of his sports car.
You can definitely tell where your friends are, by the way, if you just want to contact them on the radio. Aiden's probably just finishing up his fighting.
I'm acknowledging where they are, but I'm not spoiling the surprise. I'm gonna go to Aiden in my new car.
It's like, okay, I suspect, did Aiden turn off like his party GPS?
No, why would he turn it off?
So yeah, you can definitely drive up. Currently in the Temple of Debitos, you're probably finishing up like a fire. It's like, you're getting better!
Yeah, thanks. I think I'm gonna puke.
Don't worry, our healers will help you.
No, I don't think that's a healing issue. I think that's a drinking issue.
And as he's saying that, Kuzon, one of the people come up to you, like one of the door guards, and say, what would your business be?
I'll just like windshield slowly, and I imagine this is in line of sight, just windshield slowly winds down. Kuzon's like arm starts hanging out the side, and like, you know, lazy back with like one arm on the steering wheel and one arm hanging over the side of the car. It's like, I'm here to, pulls off goggles, pick up a friend.
What the hell? Kuzon, is that you?
Yeah.
Where the hell did you steal the car from?
I didn't steal it. I had it delivered.
Have you been sleeping on a lot of cash or something? Where the hell did this fit? Oh, right. Aiden remembers the Crucible. Yeah, that was a thing. Dude, can I drive? Aiden's, by the way, pissed drunk.
No.
Okay.
I put in autopilot specifically so that I don't have to worry about whether you're at the front wheel or not.
Okay, fair enough. Hey, let's go gather the crew and go drinking, man. This ride looks sweet. Maybe we can pick up some chicks on the way as well.
It's a good thing it has an autopilot rating.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I'll do that. It's like, check it out. I modified the plans of one of those police cruisers. So underneath the hood, this thing.
Let me hear it, poor man. Let's see what you're working with here.
Yeah, I'll also say, so like I got kind of a taste. I got a taste of the runway back when we had to chase that guy down. So I thought that this, and I'll like bring up just like the auto disable. It's like, I thought this would be a good addition. So next time we can just turn their vehicle off instead of bumping into it till it careens and explodes.
Yeah, that sounds nice, man. Nothing like a sweet ass ride through the city chasing some asshole down. Should be fun.
Yeah, and the flames make it go faster.
Flames?
That's why I added.
Oh, Aiden looks outside. Oh yeah, that's what that is.
Oh yeah. No, dude, you have no idea. Like, I'm gonna do this to everyone. I'm gonna repeat the whole routine. Like, show up, windshield up.
By the way, considering Aiden is drunk right now, he's gonna play off every time like it's happening for the first time, and he's always gonna be excited and part of the routine. Like, this is basically that bit from Saturday Night Live with Jim Carrey and the boys were just rolling into the car, baby, don't hurt me.
And you just hear just like I imagine it's like outside. It's like Thiveron, come out and play, yay!
Of course, Thiveron would get one of the priests who says, "Your friends seem to have arrived for you. Are you finished with your prayers?" And he hears beep 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 beep.
So I was actually gonna say that now it looks like the roleplay is really gonna start. I think I am gonna bow out because I'm starting to space out as the roleplay is starting.
I'm sorry, did you just say
it's fine.
bow? Or did you say bow wow?
That's racist.
That's racist. Thiveron says as he gets in the car, and you're gonna head over to Prava, and it's okay, Joe. You can go in.
Okay, I'm
relax
sorry
now.
again, guys.
See ya, man. Have a
It's
good one.
fine. This is like all up here, so it's fine. Don't worry.
Alright, I will see you guys later.
See you, dude. Rest for tomorrow.
Later, Joe.
Right.
I want to imagine that Kuzon's already like one drink in the paint. Like he at this point he put the steering wheel away and is Evan on autopilot because he started drinking too. Like he's a responsible driver. He's gonna put the steering wheel away.
And then get pissed drunk.
So you're drinking as you pull up to the Solarian temple where Prava is. It's like your temple is his beep beep beep.
I'm gonna be nah, dude, you can't do that. That's super disrespectful, man. You gotta do it gentle. Beep. See, just once. Once is enough.
I just want to imagine if I just had a Venga bus button.
So, Prava, just like all the others you have been reported to, saying there's this like small red Keshi that is calling for you in front of the temple.
For me, don't know anyone knows I'm here, but if it's for me, I'll definitely go stop that noise. Probably just a fan. And Prava heads out to the front.
That is where you see this beautifully painted car, and out of the windows, both Aiden and Kuzon are hanging out of them, while Thiveron is looking not amused in the other seat.
You guys steal a car or something?
Prava, get in! We're going partying!
You're
Woo!
under arrest.
Yeah!
Prava sees the drinks in their hands.
Don't
and rolls
resist.
his eyes, but
Don't
he gets in
resist,
the
we're
back.
going, man! This is happening!
This thing's got some sort of AI on it, right? You're not too... Do I need to drive?
No, it's fine. The autopilot's practically better than I am. I imagine the autopilot can't like do maneuvers and stuff, right? Can you even like? How does the autopilot even work? Like, can it do maneuvers?
The autopilot is very practically a simple kind of thing. It's not going to be pulling off any tricks, but it can do simple performance stuff like speed up and
Yeah,
Can it run over
do stuff
civilians?
like I imagine if I engage with somebody and I wanted to do something, I could probably pass responsibility off to the autopilot and do something while it was doing that.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, okay, I think that's fair. But yeah, and he just Kuzon he winds the windows down. He's like, "Psst, don't tell nobody, but I stole and modified the blueprints for police cruisers, and then I made the Crucible make us one."
Oh, well, it's just the information you stole. Not like they're gonna notice it was gone. Let's see what this thing can do then. This is military hardware then? This is a...
Yeah, it has a KAC of 19, an EAC of I think it's an EAC of 15 or 17, and it has 50 hit points. So it's pretty durable. Pretty durable, fast little car.
Hey, Kuzon,
Yeah.
check that out! Thiveron's getting drunk on the fumes. I guess his keen sense of smell can't handle the booze, man.
Hey!
He's a lightweight, look at him!
Kuzon's a frat boy right now while he has his fancy new sports car that his parents got him.
Hey,
Were the
Prava,
flames
Prava.
necessary? I think this car would look great with some flowers on it, or some animal print, or
I'm like slowly lowering my glasses and making intense eye contact with you as you say that.
so yeah, Aiden, what did you want to talk to me about?
Prava, check this out, man, check this out. And I'm gonna shove a bottle in his hands. Look at this shit, it's fruity and stuff. He has fruit stuff in it. Drink, it's awesome,
I
man.
don't know. Last time I drank wasn't really very. I don't know if I like it.
Chuck.
You're under arrest for being a swear.
Yeah.
Prava takes a big swig. He doesn't like. Is this like pure straight alcohol? Because he sips it like it's a mixed drink.
I mean, it's the stuff that basically Ash talked about earlier. It's a pretty strong, fruity drink. But it goes down easy.
If you want to know the analogy, it's sake.
All right. So he takes a sip and it's like, but he manages to keep it all down.
These guys are fucking square. Solve them, Kuzon. Come on, let's hit a bar, man. We gotta show them how it's done. We gotta get them initiated.
Kuzon, the funny thing is Kuzon hardly ever drinks either. So this is gonna.
He's just excited to have a new car.
Yeah, so that's it, right? He's so like, and it's like this is the perfect opportunity to make sure the autopilot works.
Remember
the reason he uses to justify it to
on
himself.
YouTube that you should not drink and drive.
By the way,
important not to drink and drive.
Aiden takes out his device so he can take a selfie with him and the boys drinking in the car and Thiveron sleeping on the back seat, and by mistake he sends it to Murana as well. Because usually he communicates with her a lot, so she's always first on his list. Yeah, look at that. You like selfies, Prava? There you go, look at that. Ain't that a thing of beauty? Look at that shit. Oh yeah. That's the
I
stuff.
don't think I can post this one. It seems irresponsible to show pictures of us with open liquor in a car.
It's
Straight
fine.
after suppressing a riot as well.
It's fine, it's fine.
That was the one
Remember?
who got in trouble for it.
Remember, I'm a mercenary, I can do what I want. I'm above the law. I can do what I want.
Only
We
if
are
you're
the
paid to do
law.
We are the law! Oh!
Kuzon's getting carried away.
Brother, you're gonna take the
have a
reins.
conversation with them whenever they're sober. It's gonna be very important. But for now, he's excited. Last day on the station, he kind of gives in to their energy. He has a few more drinks, gets a little loose.
So,
Like we pull over on like the equivalent, the Adari equivalent of McDonald's, and we're just like, give me food.
Food! Bring it! Kuzon, distract them. I'm gonna sneak in there and secure the loot.
so you're gonna get a drive-by takeout, are you?
I think it'd be funny.
Aiden, as soon as the vehicle slows down, Aiden action rolls outside and he tries to sneak in the back to get the food.
Hello, welcome to a Whataburger. How may I help you?
I want a tall burger and tall fries.
Understood. One Quasar burger and one Quasar fries. Coming right up.
Hear that, Prava? Quazon.
These sounds spacey. I want to try their plant burgers. They got any delicious plant burgers? What do you got for vegetarian at this place?
As you say that, the speaker suddenly zooms up towards you excitedly. It's like, of course, we have artificial meat. We have plant-based meat substitute. If you want purely plant, however, we have, of course, several hundred options. What would you desire today from Aurora Burger?
What?
Oh, you're gonna have to read all of those options out to me.
Understood, sir. Right away.
Oh god.
And he starts listing off like tofu, veggie, mixed like vegetable and fruit burger. They have all sort like there's a burger that comes from a sentient plant animal. Like there's just listing.
Oh,
Of course,
that
the
was
sentient
super-
one.
Can you like? How does the sentient one work exactly? I was like very concerned
Oh.
about this.
The sentient one is from a race that is very delicious, but has regeneration properties. So of course these burgers are like premium because they're given willingly. Like it's like they sell them off, and it's like, oh,
Okay,
nice.
We're not killing sentient life. We're just like harvesting a little bit of their butt cheek and letting it grow back, and then.
Yeah, this was a race that was almost eaten to extinction by humans, by the way.
Oh wow.
You know what? Prava's down to try it. It's something he's never tried before. This is ethically sourced, he thinks.
Of course. Right away, sir. Lucky for you, we've only sold about 20 of them today, so we still have some left.
Oh, how exciting.
By the way, in the meantime, Aiden wants to sneak in through the back. I'm gonna let you decide what penalties are worth for me being drunk trying to sneak inside.
-4, I think, so far.
If I manage to get inside, I'm basically gonna start stealing the little packages, you know, that they give you with meal, the fucking ketchup and the mustard packages that are free. I'm stealing them.
So,
Making out with coleslaw. So much
Aiden,
coleslaw.
so you sneak in through the front door, no one notices you, and there's like this little table of confectionery where anybody can pick up like their confections for their meals and stuff, and you're just like mine.
Yep, I'm stuffing it all in my pockets and I'm sneaking out of there. And if somebody
Just go.
spots me, I'm gonna take one of the plastic forks and throw it at them and retreat.
A child gets a plastic fork to the forehead. It's ow. As you run out of
Man, that's the littlest assassin I've ever seen.
It's like, would there be anything else today? What about you, sir? Like the speaker almost automatically like focuses on you, Aiden, as you're walking back to your car. He doesn't seem to notice that you have like anything.
When he speaks up, I immediately dive through the window and I start yelling, "Drive, drive, drive!"
I didn't. Do we have our food?
Your food has not been delivered yet.
I'm just like, okay. Let me do something. I have to make a save. I have to make a wisdom save. I take off. I just.
But my food!
Woo! That's the thing. He comes diving in the car. Kuzon's impaired. I had to make a wisdom save to decide if he panics or not.
By the way, as we leave, like boating through that like a bat out of hell, yeah, we scored the big time, boys! And I take out all the loot from my pockets and I start raining it down. Woo!
Right, as you
Is it just ketchup packets and stuff?
Ketchup and mustard everywhere.
as you're taking off, by the way, and Prava's a bit sad about his thing, you suddenly see this, what looks like a flying scooter of some kind, so he go up towards you and say, "Hello, sirs!"
Oh shit! It's the
And he's
kid!
like, and it's like, Prava, suddenly a bag is like placed like in front of your window.
Prava opens his eyes wide and starts rolling the window down furiously.
"You have been automatically charged for this transaction. Please enjoy your meal." And he flies off.
That's so funny.
They are really dedicated customer service.
Even the customers that are robbing them blind. Like,
I mean, we didn't have their food before we left. We were just ordering. We were ordering and dashing. We weren't really dining and dashing.
Yeah. I don't think they can charge us for taking a few free fucking samples from the table, dude.
so just how good is this sentient plant? Like, are we talking like mind-blowing new experience?
It is rather delicious. Like, according to their bio, they are like some sort of weird prey species, and they are just, they are delicious. Like that's literally one of their downsides, that they're delicious. So I suspect it tastes pretty good.
Stan. He's not like a vegetarian, but he doesn't like to eat meat for every meal. He finds it irresponsible. So finding good vegetarian options is like, hey.
By the way,
Exactly.
Aiden is downing one of the ketchup packets and mustard packets into his mouth, and he's like, "Damn, space food sucks."
I mean, maybe if you ordered like a fucking person, then you would have got something more to your taste.
Do you just have like mustard and? Do you actually have food, or do you just have mustard?
No, I have like 50 packets of ketchup and mustard.
Just here eating ketchup. This food sucks.
Space food sucks, man.
You're just eating ketchup and mustard. Is that actually all you're eating?
Yep.
That's really funny. Okay. I just fucking destroy my fries with ketchup.
While Prava eats, he kind of like nudges the stone that makes it so he doesn't have to eat into orbit around Aiden's head. So that he won't stop being hungry.
Good
worry,
thing that he's...
I made the inside easy to clean leather.
Are you flying back to the ship now you've obtained takeout?
Yeah, and the entire time like blasting like Fangabus and like other really obnoxious music while dancing in the seat.
Oh yeah, that's the way.
Oh god.
Good thing we have tinted windows. We're too famous right now to be doing this kind of shit.
People party after suppressing riots violently. How dare they?
We're the party bus, baby.
I think part of the reason why Kuzon hopped on this so much is because it's like I just need to forget that we're embroiled in politics for a bit and enjoy a fancy car. And I guess I'll let you drive it, Aiden, if you promise not to crash it.
Huh? What's that? By the way, Aiden was distracted and didn't hear you because he's busy slathering ketchup on top of Thiveron, making it a crime scene.
Oh god.
Everyone's just like passed out in the back, and Aiden's just like making like blood stains in his fur, just like.
No, Thiveron, did you like my mustard's like, did you pee yourself?
Prava does take a picture of this for social media.
Don't post, that's so mean. If you post it on social media, it's the worst.
Fine, it's for the private collection then.
By the way, would you like to look on the infonet as you're flying your way back, like past the world monuments and stuff? Would you like to look up what your burger's made out of?
Probably wants to take in the sights while they're driving. When he gets back to the ship, he'll start to look at the internet again.
Understood.
You know, this is a really nice station. It'd be nice to live here, but that's probably a little complicated, huh?
Well, considering there's no sunlight or fucking sky, that'd be a bit oppressive.
I mean, it's green everywhere you look, though. It's the beauty of nature in every direction.
I don't think having 360 nature around you is very natural.
I mean, neither's having a sweet car, but we do that.
I mean,
That's
it's a sweet
right.
car.
Yeah, Rev. I am for the remainder until we get to the ship. I am that douchebag on spring break.
By the way, Aiden has reached the point of sentience during his drunkenness. He takes out a few mustard packs and he's trying to do card tricks with them. Kuzon, look. He shows you 3 packs. Then he takes one out. Where did it go?
Normally Kuzon would give you like a look of annoyance, but at this point, like his hands are like on the side of his face, and his eyes are big. He's like,
I know, right? The problem is I don't
my
know how to bring it back, man. It just disappears.
Did you? We don't have we lost the ketchup.
It's
By the
okay,
way,
man. It's okay. I'll find more.
I do have to ask something about your autopilot. There are several options that you can give it just as it's built. Number 1, does it have a passcode? Number 2, is it programmed to not obey specific orders? And 3, is it programmed as a civilian model or as a war machine?
What we're doing is a war. You mean if I set up as a war machine, would that mean that it could like shoot its disabler and stuff?
No, it's only piloting. However, autopilots tend to be cautious, rarely risking the integrity of the vehicle, the people, or pedestrians. However, if it's done as a war machine, it would be able to pull off some tricks.
Honestly, I don't think I'd want it to do anything risky without me telling it. I think civilian makes the most sense for what we would use it for. Yeah, I think so. What do you guys think?
I agree. Civilians like the most. It's a getting around car. It's not our fighting car. We'll get a different vehicle for
As a hardened mercenary, I say boo.
Yeah, and I mean it's pretty good. It's pretty good. The niche for this vehicle is that it gives us the ability to chase and disable other things.
Yeah.
We'll buy a tank later. This is our Lambo, all right?
This is the Wambo.
It's a W for Rambo. I don't know. I was trying to be funny.
You sounded like Patrick, by the way. Was that the intention?
Who, me?
Yeah, Patrick from SpongeBob. Yeah,
it's a joke. It's like, the problem is you got it on M for Mini, and you need to put it on W for Wombo.
Yeah, I didn't know that joke. Nice joke.
I'll pull it into the ship. I'll get our drunk asses back home so we can crash.
Yeah, let's do that before the cops actually are like, the fuck is going on over there?
You're like, if your autopilot is obeying the laws. Good thing about autopilots, you can be drunk, but as long as the computer's driving you, they won't pull you over.
This is the future that I want. This is the real purpose of self-driving cars, is to be useless idiots blasting Bangabus while getting trashed and driving through drive-thrus. I see these engineering toolkits.
If you're getting that, essentially, I'm going to say that as the next morning comes, you're all like, just, well, those of you who are drunk are all just laying down in the thing, looking around. It's like, and Kuzon, you're like in the car, there's like toolbox laying on top of you. It's like, what the fuck?
I like.
Were you doing some drunk shopping?
Kuzon's like seat is he just like wakes up in a stupor, like covered in fries and mustard, and like there's just like a toolkit laying on his face, swooshing his face into the seat.
Prava, since you were the only one not actually drunk but still enjoying the atmosphere, what did you do after the two got back to the ship?
After he got back, he had a couple drinks, so he wasn't drunk, but he was a little buzzed, and he just kind of went and played games with me. See, he promised that in a week he would like beat the hell out of her, so like, you know, he's gotta get his practice time in.
Z would definitely look forward to that. She was looking for a distraction, as she's not looking all that well.
And whenever the guys pass out, he also takes the leftover liquor to her.
She appreciates this a lot. It does make her look a bit better than she was before, as she was not looking all that well when you first saw her. But games and alcohol definitely helped.
I'm going to enter the repairing kit. Is it okay if I enter it under a system, just so I remember it's there?
Yeah, you can. Just make sure to, yeah, it's fine.
So I'll just list it as the shipwright engineering specialty kit.
So Prava doesn't like address that Z's feeling bad right away. He like waits, he plays games and drinks there for a while, and then when she starts to feel better, he's like, "So, is it tough being on the Adari for you?" Or...
Huh? Oh, no. It's like ruffles her messed up hair a little, and well, since I don't have my suppressants, it's hard sometimes.
What's hard? What are those suppressants for?
To suppress natural abilities of what I am.
Alright, I know what it's like trying to, suppress your natural powers, but sometimes it's good just to let things flow out, We're tough around here. We can take whatever you got.
I'm very unsure about that. After all, I don't think a bunch of guys alone on a spaceship will appreciate that.
No, we're not all guys here. I am a Sheeran host. I use male pronouns because it's a little bit simpler, and I don't really think I want Aiden to know. I feel like if he knows I'm not a guy, he'll try to get me to touch his grub injector. But beyond that...
Sorry, hang on.
I hate that word. I think you just fucking turned me straight, Alex, with the word rubbing. What the fuck?
It made me laugh so hard.
I'm gonna have to text Brian right now. Oh
God.
Ash, straight now. Get your filthy grub injector away.
Ash, cut everything from the recording. The world must never know about that.
I'm fine with leaving it in.
Oh my god! Just bring up your boyfriend. I'm sorry, I can't touch your grub injector anymore. Right. Okay. Right. Back to the scene. Right. She's like, "Oh, no wonder I don't really affect you when you're near me." She seems a bit more relieved by that. Well, I guess since you told me, I'd tell you. I mentioned before I was from a strange, out of place, right?
Yeah, it sounded like it was like a whole different plane or something.
Well, that's correct. I come from the plane of devils, in fact. I'm a succubus.
Did we ever get a picture for her anyway?
I honestly couldn't find one, so I've been describing her as detailed as possible.
Ah, makes sense. Okay.
Would Prava know what that is, or is that just a word to him?
You may roll if you desire. Let me see.
Would that be mysticism, or?
Yeah, mysticism or culture. Culture would give you folklore, while mysticism is more studied lore on it.
I'm better at culture, but I want to try the mysticism angle.
Let me see. Did you... Alright, so it is below, but I would say since your access to the net, you would have a +4, I believe it is, if you take 10 minutes to search.
Nah, he's not gonna just stop in the middle of a conversation to look something up, so... I was just like, I think I've heard about those, but I don't really know the details.
Well, that's fine. You don't need to know too many details. It's just that I have a certain effect on, well, whatever gender I am at the time on the opposite gender.
Huh. Well, how does that work when dealing with species with 3 different biological sexes like mine?
Well, apparently I don't affect you that much. I guess it's because you don't have the sexual drive? I'm unsure.
I wouldn't say that. But, with us Sheerans, it's not worth going into unless there's at least 3 people involved.
That would probably make more sense. But as for that, yeah, that's why I need suppressants, and why I've been downing as much alcohol as I possibly can to try keeping it at bay.
Oh, so the alcohol works like the suppressants do?
Not exactly. Probably much worse for me, but the suppressants cost a lot, and I can only get them for free on Absalom.
Oh, then I guess we better get you to Absalom as quick as we can. I didn't realize this was so hard on you.
I think the others may think I'm being a bit cold, to be honest. But it's just I don't want to really affect them that much. I could tell that the dog that you have on your ship doesn't like me that much.
I'm not sure if he likes anyone other than his dusty old goddess, to be honest with you, but...
He seems fine, but yeah. I think he just doesn't like the effect I have.
Well, don't worry about it. You've always got a friend in me.
She actually smiles at that. Probably one of the first genuine smiles you've seen her have since the beginning.
When we get to Absalom, come out on a girls' night out with me. I got a few friends on there. Let's go see the sights. Get you your suppressants, go have a good night in town. Let you be social a little bit instead of cooped up in the ship.
Well, once I have them, I guess it wouldn't be bad to do that.
Great. It's a promise then.
She actually seems pleased by this. Well, it's nice to know that... Well, maybe it's best that you don't know too much about my race.
I won't look into it then. I'll know whatever you want me to know about it.
Fair enough. There's a lot of things that make people think certain ways.
Hey, I'm a Sheeran, alright? You don't gotta worry about that swarm-born monster. We're called a lot of things.
Well, not to mention scholars also think a certain way, but not for those sort of reasons. They mostly think that we can't change. We are much like dragons in that respect. We're not meant to change. We're built for a certain purpose, a certain guiding purpose made by another being, but...
But you seem like you've changed a lot since getting on our ship. You were so much more quiet and standoffish when I first met you.
Well, being prisoner and off alcohol for a couple of days, that mainly probably the reason. But the other is... a lot of us are changing. No one knows why, but it's a thing between the races like us, ones that are not meant to be different. It's like if an elemental suddenly decided, well, I may be fire, but I enjoy water. It's unnatural, but it's been happening so often now.
Or if a large group of insects separates from their hive mind and chooses another path. I feel like life is meant to change, you know? This galaxy's always changing and we gotta bend with it.
That's true. True, but it's meant to be impossible. Something has happened. Something big, but we can't see it. It's changed things, allowed those that are not meant to be something they're not to be it. It's good in my eyes, but not everybody sees it that way.
I'm sure change scares a lot of people, but as long as there are people looking on it bravely like you, then I think it'll be for the best.
She smiles, nods, and leans against you as she continues playing games, you know, like girly cuddling sort of deal.
Yeah. Prava is of an insect race that doesn't really understand personal space, but like, you know, interacting with humans learned about it, so he's very excited about this. He leans into it excitedly. And yeah, they just two girls sitting around playing games together.
Very cute.